Welcome to KAILASA's podcast. You know that feeling, right? You're laying out this incredible plan for your future, something truly great, and then, out of nowhere, a little voice inside of you just laughs. It says, "Really? You think you can pull that off?" That inner saboteur, that voice that questions your biggest dreams. Today, we're going to do more than just acknowledge it. We're going to understand exactly where it comes from and learn how to silence it for good.
I call this voice the inner comedian. It's the one that tries to turn your heroic journey into a joke. It says, you think you're a hero, you're just a joker. And let's be clear, this cynical voice, it's the very first roadblock you'll hit when you try to manifest the life you want. It's the friction that can grind your ambition to a halt before you even get started.
But here's the powerful truth. This voice isn't a permanent part of who you are. It's just a symptom of something that can be healed. Drawing from the profound revelations of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, we are going to understand this inner conflict and, finally, move beyond it.
So what is the actual root of this inner comedian? Bhagavan reveals that this deep self-doubt isn't some personality flaw. No, it has a precise spiritual diagnosis. It's a state called incompletion.
So what is incompletion? Think of it like this. It's the buildup of every past hurt, every limiting pattern, every painful memory that we've never fully processed or let go of. It's all this inner baggage that keeps us stuck in a state of dilemma, of feeling powerless. And that is the fuel for the inner comedian that tries to sabotage your success.
And now, for the revelation that will set you free. Once you understand the true nature of this voice, this collection of incompletions, it completely loses its power over you.
Bhagavan makes it crystal clear. All your confusion, your self-doubt, your self-hatred, it all exists illegitimately. They're like squatters in your own inner space. They act like they own the place, but they have absolutely no authority.
This completely redefines the game. Bhagavan reveals that the only legitimate truth about you is your paramasataya, your ultimate reality as pure divine consciousness. So that inner comedian, the fear, the doubt, those are just illegitimate identities you've mistakenly associated with. They aren't who you really are.
So if we want to operate from our true, legitimate identity, we have to understand that there are two very different ways our inner world can function. And you have a choice.
Bhagavan makes this beautiful distinction between the mind and the buddhi. The mind is where all the friction and chaos live. That's the inner comedian's playground. But the buddhi, that's your enlightened intellect. It operates with crystal clarity, with purpose, with a steady, unshakable alignment to your life's mission.
And right there, that's the choice. All that overthinking, that endless loop of worry and self-doubt, that's just the noise of the mind. Real inner peace, the kind of deep silence that allows for powerful action, comes from choosing to operate from your buddhi. This is how you silence the critic and achieve your goals without all that inner conflict.
Okay, so how do we make this real? How do we take this from a great idea to our actual lived reality and reclaim our power? Well, the path is a direct inner process. It's a simple but incredibly profound three-step process. First, you just recognize it. When that voice of the inner comedian pops up, see it for what it is, an old pattern of incompletion. Second, you declare its illegitimacy. You say to yourself, this is not my true nature. This has no power here. And third, you choose. You consciously shift your awareness and operate from your authentic, powerful self, from your buddhi.
You see, this internal alignment, it's everything. When you stop fighting with yourself, when you stop giving energy to that illegitimate inner comedian, the entire universe starts to conspire in your favor. Your inner cooperation literally becomes a magnet for outer cooperation.
It takes just one integrated being, one body, one mind, completely aligned to a single goal, for the cosmos to respond with thought tastu. It means let it be so. When you are whole and complete inside yourself, you become an unstoppable creative force.
When you're integrated, when you're operating from your buddhi, that comedian's voice it vanishes. There's no space for it to exist. All that's left is a calm, powerful certainty that whatever you plan will be done. Why? Because you're finally in complete cooperation with yourself.
And here's the ultimate cognition. You don't have to fight your thoughts. You don't have to argue with the inner comedian. You just have to understand their illegitimate nature. That understanding, in and of itself, is freedom. Knowledge is liberation.
So I invite you to contemplate these truths. Start today. The next time that nagging voice of doubt shows up, recognize it, declare its illegitimacy, and consciously choose to operate from the power and peace of your true divine nature. Choose your legitimate identity and experience your inner peace.